Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you're like me and you're feeling the pain in your wallet from Netflix and Amazon Prime's new prices, well, this is the show for you. Welcome back everyone. Today I'm going to go over our top TV horror that is right on Tubi TV. Tubi is a free streaming service platform that you can watch some great TV horror. So if you need your fix for all your seasons, your horror, your mystery, your drama, then I've got them right here. Let's go over those top 10 TV horrors for you. That's right, try saying that 5 times. Yeah, this is going to be like a two-part series because I'm going to go over some of my favorite top TV horror series out there. Now, some of them are fun, some of them are campy, some of them are straight up horror, but at the end of this list, at least you'll have your fix of horror that you can watch on TV. Now, not in a particular order. I mean, I said it's 10. I know it's a two-part series, but I'm going to go over 5 that you can watch right now. And again, if you need some help, I've got that information on how you can download Tubi TV right up here on the screen, or right up there on the screen, and you can watch your Tubi TV horror. Now, this is not in any particular order, but it is an order in which I'm going to say them to you. Does that make any sense? Yes. So, coming in at number 5 is Masters of Horror. Now, this was straight up horror. Like, this originally aired on HBO, and of course on HBO back in the day with the Skinamax days. Yeah, exactly. You would have to be more mature to watch some of these episodes. Now, this was more of an anthology of sorts. It wasn't one main story, and it wasn't one main character weaved throughout the story. There was just a little bit of anthology, a different couple of writers for this Masters of Horror, henceforth the name. It actually has one of the coolest openings I have seen, with the music and the like sort of blood splatters and all that good stuff. So actually, I mean, it opens up like opening up your vein to watch this show, and it was actually pretty good. Now, some of them were a little campy. Some of them were like, this was really way out there. Nevertheless, this was straight horror, nothing to your imagination that made this anything less than what the name suggests. Coming in at number 4, Hammer House of Horror. That is right, the Hammer Studios does it again. This was in 1980, and on Tubi TV, it's one season. I do believe there's more than one season out there, but as far as what Tubi TV has, they're only showing one season. So I gotta go back and check that out, but it is just one season. And the horror is British horror, and it's British humor, and it's just British TV, and we love it so much. Now, this is also an anthology of horror, and it takes you on a wild ride, through, sort of a narration of horror. And, the Brits do a good job with this. I mean, for what it is in 1980, they do a pretty good job. And because it is sort of that British horror, what they deem as horror, we probably deem as camp. But then again, it all plays with the same family. So a lot of the anthology, a lot of the stories that were written were a little bit campy, and you go, no, this is not going to happen. Not if I was in America, or not if I was in insert your country here. It is middle of the line, but in England, being proper as they are, their horror is very proper. But it is some good stuff that you can watch on Tubi TV, so check it out. Coming in at number 3 is Chiller. That is right, 1997 horror. This was serious horror. And Chiller had some really good writing, some really good episodes for this one, so check them out. The only thing that I would say about Chiller is that you can watch this literally in one night, but Chiller is really good, and you can watch that on Tubi TV. Moving on to number 2 on the list, Beyond Belief. Now, I know what you're saying. I hear you. This is not really horror. It's really not. This is more of a mystery, fantasy, family show with comedy. Yes, it is. But it's got those themes, and I added this in there because it's one of my favorite shows that I've seen. Like, I used to watch this with my mom all the time because there's like a question and answer towards the end. It's like a Q&A. They question you, say, do you know what's going on? Even though it lasted for 4 seasons, the original host, James Brolin, only lasted for a couple of episodes. Then entered Jonathan Frakes, that's right. Number one, you have the bridge, that's right, from Star Trek fame. He ended up with all the rest of the seasons, and there was some puns every time. Now, what's going on with Beyond Belief is not only is it sort of a mystery, not only does it have some horror base elements to it, this was really a nice family show that you can watch, and it was fun. They had 5 stories per episode. This is an anthology. The stories lasted for a good 4 minutes apiece. And then at the end of each, you have to find out if it was true or if it was false. And with Jonathan Frakes, with his puns, it made for really good TV. So if you're into that, trying to find out if something was true or if it was fake, this is the show for you. And I would say check it out. Check out a season or 2. I mean, it's 4 seasons, and there's a lot of stuff that were based on real events and a lot of stuff that the writers made up. But you have to find out if it's beyond belief. Coming in at number 1, and again, this is not in any particular order, but I did put this as number 1, is Dark Shadows. 1971 was a particularly good year for horror back in the early 70s. Dark Shadows, let me just tell you, one of the longest running horror series out there. It ran for 26 seasons. That is right, 26 seasons. It started off in black and white. Then it came into the age of Technicolor, and the killings were still going on. Now, this is all about the Collins family. That is right, Barnabas Collins and his brood. You may have seen TV to movie starring Johnny Depp with the same name, the longest running horror TV series out there. And this one had trauma, it had mystery, and the horror was something of a family show. It was a vampire series. And a lot of things with the vampire series, it was more in the 70s vein of, ooh, I want to drink your blood, and ooh, I love her, but she doesn't love me, and ooh, I'm creeping in the shadows. But nothing to the point where you actually get to see the things on TV, because why? It was the early 70s, and in the 70s, they didn't really show too much. I mean, there was action, there was the music, there was the close-up, the looks, all of that stuff, but nothing too bad that you can't handle. So this was your family show as well, and it was middle of the line, but for what it's worth, back then it was sort of highbrow TV. But now if you go back and watch it, you'll laugh, you'll scream, and then you'll say, aha, I'm so glad I actually got to see this. This is nothing like the movie. These are my top 10 Tubi TV horror shows that you can stream right now for free. That is right, free. Again, if you are feeling the pain in your wallet from Amazon and from Netflix and anybody else that's raising their prices this year, you can actually watch these TV shows to get your horror fix on Tubi TV. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm Carshénah with versefilmsproductions, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and hit those notification bells so you can be notified when I upload a new video for the week. Guys, I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you for supporting my small channel. Get that word out and let them know I've got some good stuff on this show. That's right. If not, I'm gonna sink my teeth into you. Take care, guys.